Hi guys, it's me, Andrea. Today it's day 21, and the theme for our November Daily Art Journal is books. And when I thought about books, I remembered my little Albert, my little bookworm, and I thought I will make another page with him. So, this is an impression obsession stamp all over the page, and it calls books. So, I really like that. Mostly, I make cards with it. People I know, they are bookworms. They like to read. So, but this time I thought that might be the right sort of wine cellar for for little Albert. You will see later what I make out of that. And I use white distress rubbish. I use white embossing powder. Yeah, activate it with my heat gun and let it melt. And I want to do a resist here. Um, when you go over the embossing powder with distress ink, you will see that later. You will have a resist because it won't stick to the embossed areas. And here's Albert again. Yeah, look who's back. I draw him down here quickly, and of course I put him here on a little chair because yeah, I didn't want to put him on the floor. It would have been too low, and you will see later the whole composition. It looks nicer when he's a bit on sitting on a stand or something like that. So last time I think I used acrylics, but this time I use watercolors. But again, in greens and different tones, and go in and put several layers on top. I must admit it was easier to do that with the acrylics because the more you go over this paper, it's not the best watercolor paper here, of course. What I used for my journal, I'm not using my really good one. That's for a journal, it's too expensive. I won't do that. So the more often you go over this cheaper watercolor paper, it will start to peel. So blending in with other colors, and even especially me, I'm not a watercolor specialist, it is more difficult. So, but it works. It's not bad. And yeah, we'll go on later when I glued him down. I will do a bit of shading here and there. So, oh, I use some of my Spectrum Noir colored pencils. So, and this is the distress technique I'm doing now. Go over with a distress ink from Ranger here. It's the Blue Lagoon or Mermaid Lagoon, or yeah, something like that. Very nice blue, I like it. And go over it, and you can see that the stamp will still be there. You can go over with a dry cloth, and you will remove a bit from this embossed areas, but it is still visible even without going over. So here I have to try where I will put Albert later, because I will colorize in some of the books. But then I yeah, realized this shelf hasn't got really outside areas. I'm doing it here, and yeah, it's not standing on something, so that's why I frame it here in brown, and had to put back some of the white lines. But that's all. And now I start to fill in a few of these books with different colors. I'm not doing all of them. That would have been awful work to do. And I think to me it will stress out that these colorized ones are very special ones. They are these specialities. And that will give a hint in the sentence or the words I'm writing down. I write in German this time, so. And that's all I think. I'm not doing any more. gluing Albert down. And I think what I thought might be nice, because of the saying, that's why I do here, give him a key in his hands, because he's going into his not wine cellar, but sort of a wine cellar. It's a book cellar. He's looking for some nice specialities. And now I go around for some outlines to define him more, that he pops a bit more against this very colorful background. I try to leave the main background where Albert is glued to out without the colorized books, so he wouldn't have been visible enough with them. So, bit of shading here and there, and I think the next thing is already the words. And what I write in German is that I would like to have some really special wine for the holidays. You know, Christmas is coming up, and Christmas you treat yourself to special things, don't you? And he has quite a nice collection of old books in his cellar, and he treats himself on Christmas to that. Going first with a pencil in, just in case, and then going over with my ink pen here, the very thin one. I didn't want to have it so much into your face, and that's it. I sadly haven't got a close-up, but you will see some pictures coming up, and here is where you can see it for a moment in the whole beauty. So that's it. I thank you a lot for watching, guys, and I hope I will see you tomorrow. Oh, it might be that I have to pull out on Wednesday. I will tell you tomorrow more about it.